show came up last summer when I just kind of wrote some ideas. Ideally, I would have liked to have gotten into a theater for free before anybody else, just kind of watch the movie and have a private area, with just some friends to enjoy the film. And it was Dustin and Tom that I talked about SkEpTyX with originally, and then it really nothing happened with it until about January, February of this last semester. And I talked to Fatty about it, and he had expressed his feelings that he wished that there would have been a student program on campus. And we knew Dusty was in the broadcasting deal because we'd worked with him on previous films like KRAP News, and so we just kind of took it from there. We've got enough students involved in their different areas to have our own crew, and we just went from there.
Basically, my character is played off of my nickname, Fatty P. Ever since I was younger, I was called Fatty P since like 7th grade. My brother gave it to me, nice brother, huh? And Fat Critic, P-H-A-T, Critic would be my name on the show. Basically, it just stems from me being a large human and loving to eat.
Rabbit Slims, they wouldn't let me take the entire buffet out with me, so I got you this. They said give them a call.
Do they deliver here?
They should. They said they would for you.
I'm out of chicken.
You should.
I'll be back.
Give them a call. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'll
be back.
And
My character is the host of SkEpTyX, but he's also the butt of several homosexual jokes from the other co-critics on the show.
And your hands are looking real slick and sweet. They're nice French manicure. That's real manly stuff there.
Balls coming at my face. You know a lot about that. I could give them to you. You know what I got to go with these?
Hey, Zeke footlong, just like you like it.
So it's really, I don't know where my character stands. He's the mediator between Fatty and Dusty, but at the same time he's also in the mix on the level. So.
I don't know, it's probably just a really exaggerated form of myself, so I'm probably not really acting all that much. I mean, I try to be a little bit more mean, rude, and nasty than I normally am, but it's kind of how it is. And Zeke's easy prey, so just kind of fits how the show goes.
So let's check the contrast in shoes. There. There. To there.
This show wouldn't happen without the crew. It's a totally student-run program. There's no faculty involved, except for advice from Brian and Lowell when we need it. But the crew everybody's in a different major, or they're interested in different areas of a major. So that's how it's kind of helped to expand the program that we've run. Lucy does PR, but she helps with everything. Sam is interested in photography, and he has that outlet here, as well as making appearance acting. Dustin directs and does camera work. Earl does camera work. We have Paul and John, who are new to working with us, who both do camera work. So everybody's getting involved. Dusty, Fatty, and myself get that extra host experience, or technical if we want to do editing. Like I do all the editing, so I get more editing experience that way. Isaac has been able to get some directing. Drake, I don't think he's done much in the studio work before, and he's gotten to touch the audio board. So everybody gets to do something different. Everybody gets to advance that much more in their field, and I think in the long run it'll give everybody else a little bit of an edge.
I pretty much am a utility guy. I can pretty much do everything I need to do. I'll run audio, I'll run camera, pretty much whatever's needed. And anything that really needs to be done, like I said, anything I can do to help the show and help the guys. The talent does nothing. They just talk on camera, they really don't do anything. So pretty much keep them in line.
What started, we weren't really sure what we were going to use for background, and we had originally just covered Rick's editorial place from On Call with green sheets, but it didn't give us enough space. And we knew we wanted to use a green screen because our other options were black or tan, and that just wasn't enough, it wasn't what we were looking for. So Dusty, Nick, and myself went to Walmart and got some paint, and we took some old canvases that were in the studio, and we just used what we had to work with. We took some pictures, and we like to change our backgrounds from week to week. It doesn't always happen. We can't always find one that works, but We think it adds a little bit extra where it doesn't seem so mundane.
Probably going to work
Sure,
out.
you'd know.
I would know. It's pretty evident that I am the people's critic, and that's why I'm out here in sunny California. You guys are stuck in some hayfield in South Dakota.
We wanted to incorporate Sam somehow, some way. We wanted to get him involved with the show, and I don't even know where the intern came from. It might have been Zeke's idea. I'm not even sure, but we just kind of took it and ran with it. We wanted to get him on the deal, and he came up with the idea of the intern, and we just have treated him like crap ever since.
Can we get that intern to bring me something to eat? Like,
Yeah, where is he?
like rare bird. My fasting just consists of healthy food, obviously. Can we get him up here?
Yeah.
Why do we still have the intern?
Because we need him to help.
He
with
helps
the show.
out.
I think the show needs more help than anybody can provide it at this point.
Can we?
I mean, if we're looking for talent, we could.
Hey, can you just
Can I get some
hang
duck?
on?
Speaking of ducks, can I get an order of duck?
Yeah.
If you can't get that, give me some goose or geese or whatever you call it. Please.
Thanks.
What do you think? This movie, it's about a guy who's trying to discover his own death, but about somebody else who has actually felt invisible their whole life. It could, frankly, be starring our intern. The way you guys treat him, it's ridiculous.
What?
I don't
Intern?
We're
Obviously, we really didn't. Zeke had to host the show. I remember when we first talked about doing this. He kind of wanted to direct or whatever, if I remember right. And I told him, I said, I don't think it's going to work. I said, I think you're going to have to be on camera. This whole thing isn't going to work. I mean, it's not like we don't have talented people, because we have talented people running the show here. But I mean, I just figured he would be the perfect fit to get things going, keep things in line. And the way I originally pictured it is it was going to kind of get a little crazy. Like even week 2, it wasn't that crazy. And I think when I started doing the head thing, that was kind of when we took the turn for the craziness and probably veered too much off from talking about movies and just worried about kind of being crazy. But I think he's a good mediator. I mean, I obviously couldn't do it because then I wouldn't get to have any fun, and can't make fun of Zeke if I was the host. And Fatty, obviously, you can see what he brings, the fatness, I guess. But no, he's really funny. I was excited when Zeke said Fatty was going to do it, because I really didn't know him that well, but the little bit I did know of him, he seemed pretty funny. So I figured, we kind of want to have something that's a little bit entertaining, not just so dull, run-of-the-mill type things. So I don't know. I'm glad that we've stuck together this long and done this many episodes. It's been pretty fun, actually. So.
Well, the script has been a long time coming now. Well, we finally got a rundown now. It's the second to the last episode, and where I get my ideas from that, I go through movie sites, find out what's coming out on DVD and in theaters, and make a list, find out what would work best for making some easy jokes, what works best for characters, what they like, what they dislike, and we work together on that and find out what we think we want to use and what we want to disregard entirely.
Rob's character adds a lot to the show because he's only seen for a short amount of time, so he's able to be funny and then not be seen again. Whereas for us, it's more of trying to be funny for up to 10 minutes. So his character adds a lot because it's probably the most memorable character. When we added him, it was an immediate success. People liked it automatically, and they said we have to keep doing that segment. And Rob was happy to be involved. We were happy to have him, and it just kind of worked up from there, where he was able to do sort of a stand-up type of routine, and he's kind of been able to work with Sam on a couple gags. So it was just another deal to get as many people involved as we possibly could, and everybody's been happy about it since then.
Have a great week, America.
Well, the show, for me, is just fun to do. I do a lot of projects, and sometimes the deadlines get stressful. For this, it's just fun. It's something fun to do where we'd like to have it done at a specific time, but if it doesn't get done, nobody's going to say you failed. It's just something like that to work for. As far as where I hope the show goes, I hope that if it's not SkEpTyX, I hope some kind of program continues after I leave. And it'd be kind of fun if they keep posting them on YouTube. It'd be fun to be able to log on from wherever I end up and see how far the programs come.
We're the SkEpTyX.